Hello everyone, welcome to this SUPboarder video where I'm going to be giving you a quick look review of the new Rooster SB2 trainer. Now this trainer and the story about this video is a bit of a funny one really, because I am not a water shoe or anything on my feet kind of guy. But after using them, I can definitely see there is a place for these water shoes when paddleboarding. This video, I'm going to give you some of the pros and some of the cons, and it's going to give you a good idea of if these water trainers are right for you. Now the first time I saw a Rooster trainer was last year when Will turned up to do some of our paddleboard testing wearing a pair of trainers. My instant reaction are, what are those on your feet? Are you going to paddle in those? And he was like, yeah, these are the new Rooster shoes I've been given to have a go with. During that day of testing, we had to walk in and out of the water several times on some very rocky and horrible ground. So I did actually ask to have a go with Will's Rooster trainers. And that is where the cynical me soon realised these have got a great place for paddleboarding. Since that time, Rooster have sent us some more trainers and the whole of the team have been playing around with these shoes. A little bit of information about Rooster. They're very well established and respected in the dinghy sailing industry for making some great clothing accessories which will keep you warm and dry on the water. These accessories also work very well for SUP, and in the last few years they have been making more dedicated SUP paddling equipment as well, which we've used and have been very impressed with. Let me give you a quick rundown of the Rooster shoe. So this is a very lightweight shoe. It's got a nylon ripstop upper top section with a non-marking sole on it with loads and loads of grip. It is not a waterproof shoe. It does let the water straight through the shoe very easily, but the good thing about that is it dries very quickly as well. These definitely look like more of a trainer that you'd happy to just walk down the street with, but they are very much designed for water use. The tongues at the front and the back of the trainer are very loose and easy to pull your trainer on. The thickness of the trainer is very thin in general. As I said, that keeps the weight down and it makes it incredibly easy to pack down as well. Very easy to go in a dry bag. So my first impressions, of course, were how much more comfortable it is to stand on a rocky, horrible beach with a good trainer with a nice sole. Also how much grip you get with these as well. And of course, you're carrying a paddleboard, they're not always the easiest thing to carry. You want to make sure you're not going to slip while you're carrying that board. But there were so many other advantages I didn't start realizing until I actually started using these trainers more and more. One is you can actually take them on a complete session. Now what I mean by that is I leave the HQ at SUPboarder, I go to test somewhere, I drive the car, I walk down a cliff, I go paddleboarding, I walk up the cliff, I drive home, and I still have my trainers on. And now that is a little thing, but for me it's quite a big thing. The fact that they dry very quickly, they get rid of the water nice and quickly, they don't give me that horrible wet trench foot type of feeling I get when I'm wearing wetsuit boots. I haven't got to take more equipment with me. It means I can keep the weight down and I can just make my paddle session quicker and more enjoyable. Depending on what paddleboard you're using and how much padding there is on the deck of the board, you will find actually having a sole with a bit more thickness or a bit more padding will actually really help if you're paddling longer distances. I used to get very sore heels and sometimes my toes would actually hurt. And also some paddleboards don't actually have such grippy deck pads and you've always got that grip whenever you need it. Getting on and off that paddleboard is so much easier when you've got confidence in the grip and you know you're not going to stand on anything spiky because you've got a good sole as well. Of course, there's going to be limitations and drawbacks to using a trainer. It is going to be a bit of a personal thing, but for me, SUP surfing, I cannot wear anything really on my feet. Also, if I'm trying to do more technical things on my paddleboard where I'm walking around the board really quickly, lots of race buoy, training step back turns, it's a little bit trickier with a trainer, but I will say the more you use it, the more you'll get used to using that as well. Any other negatives I found with this trainer? Obviously, because it is a fully enclosed trainer, it will let the water out, but it doesn't let any rocks or sand out of it either. So if you are wading in really sandy areas deep over your ankles, you will end up getting the sand in the trainer and you're going to have to get that out. They are very easy to get on and off even when wet, so it's really not a massive problem. But the pros to this really do outweigh those limited cons. For many of you who are doing inland waterways, paddling, long distance touring, even longer distance racing, this type of trainer is going to give you a good amount of support when you're paddling and also a great amount of comfort when you're getting on and off the water. These shoes are very comfortable to wear without socks, but you could also put them with water socks, making them a more of a waterproof thing you could wear on your feet. If you size them up correctly, you could easily wear them with a pair of dry suit trousers with inbuilt socks as well. It is a great one-stop shop, all-day type of water trainer that you could do everything with, even go to the pub and have a drink afterwards, because they do actually look pretty cool as well. These retail at £92.50. Like all good trainers on the market, that seems to be about the price you have to pay now. The quality and the finish of these trainers does look very good. Obviously, these ones have only been used for about 3 months now, but they are standing up to the test of time so far. If you've used these Rooster SB2 trainers, please let us know your feedback and thoughts. Also, if you paddle with other stuff on your feet, let us know what you think of it. I do now see a real point to wearing trainers like this, and I have to say, with a lightweight trainer that's easy to pack down and dries quickly, and I'm happy to wear on my feet, wet or dry, there is a place for these in our market. I would definitely recommend checking out the Rooster videos we have made already, SUP accessories to paddle with in the winter and the summer. And we look forward to seeing more interesting accessories that really help us get the most out of paddleboarding into the future. My name's Ruben, thank you very much, and I'll see you on another SUPboarder video soon.